When I was 14, I stayed home sick from school. Around noon, I heard tapping on my bedroom window. I lived on the second floor. I slowly looked over and saw a bald man smiling at me from outside the glass. His fingers tapped slowly while his eyes stayed locked on me. I screamed for my dad and looked away for a second. When I looked back, he was gone. Police later found muddy footprints leading to the woods behind our house. They never found the man. But later that night, my bedroom window had a handprint on the outside from the second floor. I ordered an Uber home after a party at 1 a.m. The driver didn't say a word the entire ride. About 10 minutes in, my phone died. Then I noticed we weren't taking the normal route. I asked where we were going. The driver quietly said, "Relax, I do this faster every time." I checked the child lock on the door. It was on. A few minutes later, we pulled into a dark parking lot behind an abandoned grocery store. The driver turned around slowly and smiled. Then another car pulled in behind us. I slammed my shoulder into the door until it finally opened. I ran before either of them could get out. My little brother used to sleepwalk and talk in his sleep. One night, I woke up around 3 a.m. and heard him whispering in the hallway. I opened my door and saw him standing completely still facing the front door. He quietly said, "She's outside again." I asked who. He slowly pointed at the peephole. I looked through it. There was a woman standing inches away from the door smiling directly into the peephole, like she knew I was looking. Then my brother whispered to me, "Don't let her know you saw her." 3 friends and I went camping deep in Wisconsin. Around midnight, we heard footsteps circling around our tent. At first, we thought it was an animal until we heard laughing. Not normal laughing. It sounded forced, almost like someone pretending to laugh like a human. My friend peeked out of the tent and immediately zipped it shut. He whispered, "There's someone crawling around on all fours." None of us slept that night. In the morning, we found muddy handprints all over the tent, and one print on the roof. A girl from my school added me on Snapchat. We talked for a few days until she sent me a photo late one night with the caption, "Look behind you." I laughed because I was alone in my room. Then I noticed something in the background of the mirror. A dark figure standing in my doorway. I turned around instantly. Nothing was there. I looked back at the snap. The figure was gone too. The next morning, her account had disappeared. At exactly 4:03 a.m., someone knocked on my apartment door. 3 slow knocks. I ignored it. A minute later, another 3 knocks. Then I heard a woman crying outside. She kept saying, "Please help me." I started unlocking the door until my roommate stopped me. He pointed to the peephole. The woman wasn't crying anymore. She was smiling directly at the door, completely silent. Then a man stepped out from around the corner holding something metallic. We called the police. By the time they arrived, both people were gone. I installed a security camera after hearing noises outside my house every night. The first few nights were normal. Then one morning, I checked the footage from 2:17 a.m. A man stood motionless in my backyard for over 2 hours staring at my house. He never moved once. At 4:31 a.m., he slowly looked directly into the camera. Then he smiled. The next clip showed him standing on my back porch. During a road trip, I stayed at a cheap motel off the highway. Around midnight, I heard scratching coming from inside the wall beside my bed, then whispering. I figured the walls were thin until I heard, "He's still awake." I froze. A few seconds later, somebody tried turning my doorknob. I grabbed my keys and hopped out the back window and ran to my car. As I drove away, I noticed someone standing in the motel window watching me from my room. When I was younger, our basement door would randomly open by itself. My parents blamed the old hinges. One night, I woke up thirsty and noticed the basement door wide open again. The light downstairs was on. Then I heard someone running up the stairs. I sprinted to my room and locked the door. The footsteps stopped outside my room for about 10 seconds. Then I heard the basement door downstairs slowly creak shut again. My parents searched the house the next morning. Nobody was there, but muddy footprints led from the basement to my bedroom door. My friend Tyler disappeared during our senior year. A week later, his mom received a voicemail from his phone at 2 a.m. It was just heavy breathing at first. Then Tyler whispered, "If you hear this, don't let them." The message cut off. Police traced the call to an abandoned farmhouse outside town. Inside, they found Tyler's phone sitting on the floor recording another voicemail. But Tyler was nowhere in the house. The recording ended with footsteps running towards the phone and Tyler screaming.